Welcome aboard, and thank you for being a Delta Airlines flight attendant. Our first priority on every flight is safety. Our first priority at Delta has and always will be you. So before you cast a vote that can affect your career and our company's future, we'll be giving you some important facts to help make an informed decision.
Be sure all baggage, like harbored feelings about mergers and IROPs, are securely stowed before takeoff. And please, ensure your flight attendant peers are aware of the facts.
On this flight, it's almost impossible to exit once you choose union representation in a large work group like ours, even if it becomes an emergency. If you're not willing to lose your direct relationship with Delta, please show the machinist union the exit by voting no. If you're thinking about voting yes to the machinist union, please review their track record and know that they only represent about 2,500 flight attendants between two small regional carriers in the U.S. That's less than 1% of all dues-paying IAM members. Are you willing and able to give up 85 years of Delta culture to a group that was rejected by 9,500 Northwest mechanics and rejected by every single Delta work group it tried to represent following the merger?
No.
If you're unwilling to perform these functions or just aren't sure, please let the IAM know by voting no.
Now that we've left the gate and are subject to laboratory conditions, please remain diligent with your seatbelt securely fastened anytime you're researching the facts. And even if the seatbelt sign is off, please leave your seatbelt fastened in case you encounter any unexpected rough air. This is most often caused when machinist representatives create turbulence by harassing you and invading your privacy via robocalls, text messages, emails, mail, and uninvited home visits. In the event the IAM is elected to represent you at Delta, and you later discover they sold you a bunch of false promises they couldn't possibly deliver on, you likely will not be able to exit and return to where you started. So please do not vote yes to try out unionization.
Should you have difficulty breathing in the event the IAM is voted in, reach up and pull down that mask, as you will be governed by more than 200 pages of Constitution and bylaws that gives IAM members almost no say over how much dues they must pay and includes fines for behavior that goes against the IAM's interests, including trying to replace the IAM. Breathe normally, but note that Delta would no longer be able to provide quick enhancements to your pay, benefits, and work rules based on flight attendant feedback.
Please note that masks may need to be used for prolonged periods. It took the machinist union nearly 7 years to reach an initial contract for Commute Air's 100 flight attendants. And based on the machinist's promise of providing all things to all people, which has never been done, we could expect negotiations to be slow without improvements for a very long time. Anyone who says they can promise a quick contract that will make you happy isn't being truthful.
Life vests have always been a part of Delta's culture. To use a Delta life vest off the airplane, simply send an email, make a phone call, or reach out to any member of the leadership team.
For all 20,000 Delta flight attendants, voting is permitted and strongly encouraged if an election is called. It's important you research the facts about the IAM to educate and inform yourself in advance of making your own private decision.
Now, before Delta continues to climb for success in 2015, keep in mind what's at stake here. This vote, your future, and our Delta. Please bring questions to any member of the leadership team. Under a direct relationship, our doors are open, and we want to hear from you.
There's never been more at stake for Delta flight attendants and the Delta culture as we know it today. We need to continue fueling our success with the Delta difference, and that means there's just no place at Delta for the IAM.
So if an election is called, be sure to vote. Your vote is meant to be private, and we encourage you to keep it that way. And remember, if you do not want the IAM, you must vote no to be counted.
On behalf of all Delta people worldwide, thank you for being Delta and being different.